What's going on, everybody? It's FREEDO here, and I'm pleased to inform you that another separate patch has gone live on the PTR, this one giving you a one-way ticket to Junkertown. The game was due for a new payload map, and this one is quite fun. It's colorful and vibrant. If you'd like to try it out, you can hop on the PTR, but alongside it came a few changes to the upcoming changes to Mercy and D.Va. I know, it's hard to keep track. There just was a patch on live that changed a handful of characters, but the PTR build is separate from that, working on the D.Va and Mercy reworks. We'll start off with Mercy, as I thought her rework was the most crazy. She no longer gains increased fire rate or damage boost from her pistol in Valkyrie form, but she still gets unlimited ammo and the fact that her pistol's sick, so I still think it's too good, to be honest. And now it just requires more skill to get an insane kill with the Angel of Death ultimate from Mercy. I imagine they're still going to tweak this, but her flight speed also was decreased from 11, now it's 9. Okay, what's flight speed mean? What are we talking about here? This isn't miles per hour. It's not in a form that I can understand. The problem is, I don't know what a flight speed is. Like, let's say maybe is Pharah an 8 or more of a 10? I don't know, because the old Mercy was definitely faster than Pharah flying through the air, and still seems faster now. As well, because there's no momentum to her flight, unlike, let's say, Pharah's jump jet, which quickly gets her in the air and then she hovers very slowly. The control that Mercy has mid-air is still quite high. And this too, I think, along with everything else she can do, is among many of the things that she is insane at while in Valkyrie form. Now moving on to D.Va. Kill-thirsty D.Va players were happy to find that she was given a rocket launcher, micro-missiles ability, but Blizzard decided to nerf this damage by 25%. Now, the thing with the damage of these micro-missiles is that I don't think it matters too much for close range, though, because when you're close range, not only are they easier to hit, they're doing more of their max damage, on top of the fact that most things that you're going to be slamming into with your big burly mech, you're probably going to be shooting with your blasters as well, so this change doesn't really change the D.Va rework for me in any significant way. I think it still stands pretty much everything that I said in my D.Va rework video review. What I'm more concerned about is these Mercy changes, because I think they could nerf another handful of things and she still would be really good in this new reworked form. And dare I say, overpowered. Even without Mercy's ability to kill things with her pistol. I think that can get some really sick highlights. When you nano boost it, can look incredibly wonky and out of place, but I'm just coming from the standpoint of the supportive kit that it brings, not just her lethal dueling capability when she whips out the pistol. So I fully expect more of these nerfs to come down the pipeline, because I don't think the rework is there yet. Yes, it might raise the skill cap of Mercy, but at the risk of making her a must-pick hero in every single game. If you simply raise the skill cap and output at the same time of a character, well, yeah, they're going to be a ton better. But the point of having a character that is easier to play is that their skill cap has to be lower. Whereas if you give them a bunch more tools to use that are only slightly more difficult, but give her tons more output, then she's incredible. And I think that's where Mercy's at right now. Other fun changes on the PTR for those of you who were wanting for mystery heroes to have a much more sensible select a hero screen. Since you're not selecting heroes, you're waiting for a random hero to come. Instead, now it says respawn as a random hero instead of selecting an arbitrary pick. Those of you who enjoyed jumping off the map in order to get a different hero in Mystery Heroes now can't do that anymore. Instead, you will get the same hero again, lose your ultimate, and any equipment that's on the field, turrets and things like that. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. I'm not a big Mystery Heroes player, but I gotta imagine that you'd prefer them to just quickly jump off the map so they don't have to play a hero that they hate or something, so that they don't just run into the enemy team and feed, which takes longer and gives the enemy ult charge. Either way, I think you're missing the point of Mystery Heroes if you're being a bit too strict on which ones you're willing to play. On top of that, in game modes where respawn as random hero is enabled, players will no longer receive the same hero twice. So when you finally do lose that hero that you don't want to play, you won't get it again, at least not immediately thereafter. This was in the most recent PTR update, but I don't think we covered it actually. So if you don't know, there no longer will be skull icons where a friendly teammate has fallen. Instead, it'll be replaced with their player icon, which does take up a bit more space on the screen. but it also is kind of necessary now that Mercy needs to know which heroes to revive. I think it would be nice if they made this an option that you can choose which one you want, especially if you're not Mercy and you don't really care which one of your teammates is where, so that you can have more screen space, because that's another thing that was asked. I believe Siegel asked Scott Mercer that, if we can get some opacity options on some of the overlays that are in the game. TBD, I guess, on that one. Another cool thing, third-person camera view will now frame the action automatically when spectating or waiting to respawn. I think this is utilizing some of the observer tech that they have invented. So now when you go into third person, it's going to frame the camera over where the battle is taking place, which can be kind of cool actually. For while you're waiting for 10 seconds to respawn, you might catch some information that's vital to be communicated to your team. Sounds kind of cool to me. You can kind of more quickly get into that point of view in order to do so. As always, there's a bunch of bug fixes to random interactions and maps and such, but a few that were interesting to the new D.Va and Mercy reworks, that if you had tested these characters, you might not have known that these are bugs and now changed. So I thought it would be important to tack them on the end here. Using D.Va's melee attacks doesn't cancel micro missiles, which is important because the dev team wants to make sure it's like an all-in ability. It does damage yourself, mind you, so if you're in melee range, it might have been useful to be able to cancel it, but also at the same time, it increases her burst damage, however, fully commits her to the action. And also, as well, the ability micro missiles is interrupted by stuns, knockbacks, and other crowd control effects, whereas it used to be the case where McCree would stun D.Va and the micro missiles would keep flying out. Now that's different. Now you can actually interplay it and interrupt it, which is good. Mercy's res is no longer blocked by Steel Trap or Graviton Surge, so you'll still be able to res while in a Graviton. However, obviously not the whole team, just one target at a time. But you still can't escape from Graviton. Well, that's everything for the PTR update. Are you excited for Junkertown? It actually plays the music at the start of the round. I thought that was pretty cute. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are the Mercy nerfs enough? I don't think so. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It really does help us out and lets us know that you're enjoying the content. If you haven't already, please subscribe because we upload each and every day. So you're gonna wanna hit the bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live, especially on days like today where we upload more than once. Link to the description, check out our Twitter where we tweet out news, updates, and dank memes. That's been it for me. I've been FREEDO for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.